A, or section E. Now let's look at the blackboard here first of all. So number one, I like watching cartoons. So I watch is either ich gucke or ich sehe. And the like bit you put after the verb. Okay? Gern, like so. Ich gucke gern. And then cartoons is Zeichentrickfilme. So ich gucke gern Zeichentrickfilme. Right, so what we're now going to do, take this down to 12. Okay, and I'm just going to, hopefully, he says, goes down to 12. Look at that, isn't that clever? And then we're going to copy and paste that in over here. Copy, and this time hopefully it will work. There we have it. Alright, so ladies and gents, that is number one. For some reason, when I cut it last time, it just went haywire, so that's why I've copied it. So, now number two, because they are funny. So if we use vile. Now, vile, okay, so you've got vile. Remember, that is going to send the first verb that comes after it to the end. So in this case, the German for are is going to end up over here. So, we got it here. So, weil sie lustig sind. Weil sie lustig sind. So, weil sie lustig sind means because they are funny. Ich gucke gerne Zeichentrickfilme, weil sie lustig sind. Okay, as I said before, take it down to 12. First of all, let's just do that. Okay, and I'm going to try and cut it this time. Didn't work last time. Here we go. And paste it in there. And we had this problem before, ladies and gents. Yes, we did. I don't want the 12 points. I don't know why it's copying the 12 points in. And it doesn't copy this bit, Varzi Lustig sind, into here. And if you detect slight irritation in my voice, so be it. Because, quite frankly, this is meant to be super technology and super brilliant. Right, there we are. Apple. Okay, if anyone works for Apple, please tell me why it did that. Okay, he's done it twice. Number three, I like listening to music. So, I listen, I hear is ich höre. Now, instead of using an umlaut, I'm going to put the E in its place, which you can do. Okay, mainly because I haven't got German language set up on this yet. So, ich höre gern, and then music is Musik. Okay, let's see if it works this time. Right, so I highlight it. And you've guessed it, I then take it down to 12. Like so. I then, now let's see if, right. Do you know what? I've actually got to go in here, I'm talking as, and then cut it, and then do it that way around, and then it will do that. So I just got to bear that in mind for next time. Okay, learning on the job. This is training, ladies and gents, training for me as to how to use this, considering my Acer PC has given up the ghost for making the videos that I used to. Right, the program begins at 3:30. Yeah, that's true. So, the Sendung means program, not Sending, but Sendung. Okay, and begins is beginnt. Okay, and at 3:30, you work to the next hour in German, 3:30, like so. Alright, so have a good look at that on the electronic blackboard. So what I'm going to do, okay, I go a 12, like so, then I go enter, then I unhighlight the 12 point over here, and then, and only then, you guessed it, I've then got to go, and it's got to change the colour. You see that? It's got to change colour to like a sky bluey type colour. Okay, and then you cut it, and then look, and then yes, you guessed it, it goes in like so. How good is that? Right, ladies and gents, moving on to a number 5. Although it is very interesting. Now, German for although is obwohl. Lovely word. It also has a vowel effect, so it's going to send the first verb to the end, which is the German for is, obviously. So although it is very interesting. So obwohl, now it could be S, but because it's referring to the program, which is female, it could also be Z. Let's put Z in there. Now, very interesting. Sehr interessant. And then es being your verb that you send to the end. So you've guessed it. I highlight it. I then go over here, which seems really cumbersome to do it this way. I then do that. I then change the color of it. And then I cut it. And you've guessed it. Okay. And I put paste here. Now, if anyone's wondering if they actually gone onto this video on YouTube, because I'm still going to post it, this is an experiment, so I'm learning at the same time as to how to use my Mac Air to make these videos that I used to use Camtasia 6 for. Right, number 6. It finishes at 6:45. So it ends, or S or Z, because referring to something feminine word, a D word. Endet. Let's use enden. Okay, Sie endet. Now 6:45, 6:45 is 6:45. So it's Viertel. Okay, Viertel vor is 2:45, literally 4:45. And then Viertel vor 7. Let's be lazy and just put, let's not type out 7. Right, so you've guessed it. Well, that's what I do. I go over here. I change it to 12. How amazing is that? And then I go enter, and it does that. But before I cut it, I have to click here to change the color to a sky blue, and then cut it. Answer on the postcard as to why I have to do that first. I don't know why. Well, I do, because that's the way the life is. Whenever I have time, or if I have time, I like going to the cinema. So, a conditional, ladies and gents. So when is wenn. So wenn ich. Wenn ich. Now it's the same as the verb situation with the verb going to the next or just before the next full stop or comma. Wenn ich die Zeit habe. Whenever I have the time. Wenn ich Zeit, no, it's not really conditional in its truest sense. Wenn ich die Zeit hätte, should I have the time in that sense? I suppose hätte or habe. I've gone down a grammar cul-de-sac here, ladies and gents. No doubt there's a German expert listening to this right now. And I'm thinking, come on, it's hätte. Suddenly I'm having doubts. So gehe ich. Okay, you have verb backing on verb around the comma there in this sort of structure. Gehe ich ins Kino. Wenn ich die Zeit habe, gehe ich ins Kino. Wenn ich die Zeit hätte, should I have the time? In that sense, it would be hätte, wouldn't it? But if it's whenever I have time, implying, I don't know. I've gone down a cul-de-sac. I really have with this one. Okay, doesn't matter too much because only experiment. Might get an answer. Might get some kind of complaint from a purist out there somewhere saying, "You're a qualified German teacher. What? How dare you?" All right. And no, I don't want to copy it. I want to cut it. Get back up here. Cut. Yes. All right, down here, and yes, you guessed it. Just paste it in there. Look at that. Isn't that clever? Right, up to the blackboard again. Back to the blackboard. What do you like watching? So what is was? Now, sehen or gucken means to watch. Let's use sehen this time. Okay, now it goes with do. So we certainly need st here. Now it's irregular, so you need an I in there. Was siehst du? And then you need like. Was siehst du gern? Okay. So what do you like watching? Was siehst du gern? Now, if it's on TV, then you'd have the fan over here as well. Okay, let's actually. What do you like watching? If it allows me on TV like that, yeah. Then we can accept it. Right, you've guessed it. I now have to do that and change it down to a 12 points, like so, and then change it to blue. There, look how clever is that. See, I'm getting the hang of it now. Bring it down here and paste it in. Number 9. I think it is interesting because I like animal programs. Right. So, I think it is interesting. Ich denke das. I think that, literally. Keep it nice and easy. I find it interesting. Probably the best way to deal with this one. So, ich finde es. I find it interessant. Ich finde es interessant. Okay. Weil, or den, remember that den, D-E-N-N, doesn't change the word order. It doesn't send the verb to the end. Okay, if we were to use that one, but we're not going to use it now. Weil ich, now ich mag means I like. Mag is the first verb coming after because. Therefore, you've guessed it, it goes to the end of the sentence. So, Tiersendungen mag. Ich finde es interessant, weil ich Tiersendungen mag. Alright, is the answer to number 9. Yeah. Let's take it down to 12, blah, blah, blah. Click on here. Okay, except that didn't quite go. According to plan, it needs to be highlighted in blue. And then I cut it like so and bring it in here like so with razzmatazz. Right, and number 10. I like reading magazines. So, lesen is to read. So, ich lese, to show that you like it. You put gern, remember nicht gern if you don't like it. So, ich lese gern. Lovely word for magazines, Zeitschriften. Okay, one of those words that you sort of think, you know, when you start learning German, that is why I am learning the German language, because it has words like Zeitschrift in it. Fantastic. How good is that? Right. So you go 12, and then you go click, blue, and then you go cut, action, and then you bring it in here like that. Ich lese gern Zeitschriften. Now, I share videos, music, and photos. Do you know? Right, share is teilen. So, ich teile. So, I share. Ich teile, okay, Videos, jawohl, Musik und, you guessed it, Fotos. Okay, now, over here, take it down to 12 points, blah, 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 click, and cut. Okay, and then you bring it in like so, down here and paste the thing. Right, you can download music or watch TV online. This is the modern world. So, now, you can, or one can, man can. Good stuff. Right, so, can is a modal verb. Second verb, which is in the infinitive dictionary form, goes to the end of the sentence or whatever. Okay, so you can download music would be, for example, du kannst Musik herunterladen. How about that for all of ours? Herunterladen. Man kann Musik herunterladen. Okay, herunterladen going here just before the order. Okay. Alright. And then there, watch TV online. Okay. So, I think it's just TV. Better get this right, you know what I mean? I don't want to teach you the wrong thing, you know what I mean? Know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. Okay. Online Fernsehen, sorry. Yes, of course it is. Online Fernsehen. No doubt you could say TV. Online saying, I don't know. I don't know. Do I know? Do I know? I don't know. Right, okay, as I said before, this is part of an experiment really as to how this works. And I noticed that number 12 in the English is actually just gone below the screenshot when I go into the third line. Okay, it's a bit like, you know, like when they try out new airplanes that passengers haven't been on yet. It's a bit like that, just trying stuff out, see what works, see, you know, make sure it doesn't, yeah, anyway. So this is going down to 12, and it should come back into screenshot. However, I've got to bear that in mind. I have to bear that in mind, that it takes it beyond that. Right, as you know, change it to blue, then you cut it, and then you bring it in, like so, just here. Paste it. Alright, and that, ladies and gents, is the end of the video. I hope you watched it, and it's lasted a little bit too long because it's now 15 minutes long.